What are some slang terms a 50-year-old dad can say to his daughter to embarrass her? Next time you see her with her friends, dab and continue to do it until someone says something, then tell them that you and your daughter do that to say goodbye, and act like she's being too shy to do it in front of her friends. Edit. Say something about Tide Pods too. Kids nowadays love edit too. Tide Pods are a type of laundry detergent. Some like to eat them or smoke them, stuff like that. Some people have died because of it, so do it at your own risk. Dabbing is a dance move that looks like you're covering your face like you're sneezing with your other arm extended. Yes, I'm literally Hitler. Yes, Argentina is nice this time of year. I'm partial to saying I'm finna pop a goog instead of I'm going to Google this thing. I've received mixed responses. I must have been about 18 or 19 when I was getting ready to go out with friends when my father asks, "Dad, what are you up to? Just going to hang around with your bum mates?" Me, WTF? Dad, what, you don't say that anymore? You know, bum mates, your mates you bum around with. No Dad, no, we do not say that anymore. I took my daughter to Lego Imagination Center a few days ago, and there's a place for Lego Ninjago that the kids were loving. There's a guy there with a 5-year-old son, and he's trying to convince his kid that he's a real ninja that went to ninja school. His kid wasn't buying it, but you'd got was selling it hard. I took my daughter over and said, "Sweetie, do you want to meet a real ninja?" and pointed to the guy. His son looked a bit confused and told my daughter how I met him in ninja school and that he was the greatest ninja they ever taught. That little kid lit up. "Daddy, you're really a ninja." The guy just smiled at me and said I would never lie about something this important. Of course I am. That kid is going to tell all of how friends that his dad is a real ninja for at least a month. Edit. Thank you to the 2 awesome people that gilded my comment and to the thousands that upvoted as well. I didn't realize such a simple story would be so popular, but I'll have to share more. Please, keep your goofy dad stories pouring in. I'm loving the ideas for when my kids get older. I have almost convinced my 5-year that I used to be Spider-Man, but his mother made me stop. Edit. However, he isn't completely convinced that he used to be a baby groundhog until we brought him inside and gave him people food. Edit 2. Thank you, kind gilding stranger, my first gold. To clarify, my wife didn't make me stop telling him, she made me quit being Spider-Man. She also steals my hair at night. I'm balding. His usual response to our comments about being a groundhog is general denial, leading up to I am not a groundhog. We agree, and correct him that he just used to be a groundhog. When our oldest was about 5, I brought a large egg-shaped rock home from a camping trip in Canada, and told him it was a moose egg. We couldn't keep it on a windowsill or by the heat register, or it might hatch. He started to take it to school for show and tell one day, and I had to admit to the story, I didn't think it would play out well in the classroom. Story time. My daughter was meeting a friend of hers before they both went to dinner with another friend of theirs for a birthday. They were about 14-15 at the time. I am walking my daughter towards the meeting place and we see her friend and friend's dad walking towards us from the opposite direction. This is on a busy mall area in front of a cinema complex. They run towards each other and start gabbing on like teenagers do. This is where the fun starts. The friend's dad and I look at each other, then burst out with a high-pitched scream and run towards each other into an enthusiastic embrace. Some of the comments we made are as follows. OMG, you look fab. Oh, it's all you be. What have you done to your hair? I love it. Etc. We are both 35-40 grown men carrying on about how good the other looks and all the rest of it. The blood drained from both daughters' faces and you could literally see them thinking, just kill me now. It was glorious. 10/10 would recommend. Edit, first gold. Thanks Reddit, does that mean I win the internets today? Edit 2, the other dad and I know each other from a local church and we are both jokers. It was a cosmic alignment thing. On another note, I wore a top knot in public today to further embarrass them. Being a dad rocks. Be careful that doesn't stick. My daughter used to kiss her friend on the cheek when they would meet up, so of course my buddy and I started doing the same thing to embarrass them. I saw him the other night at a ball game and he kissed my 43-year-old scruffy cheek with no kids around. I'm pretty sure his wife thinks we're sleeping together now. When she says something innocuous, just say, "Is that what the kids are calling it these days?" e.g., "Dad, can I get more syrup for my pancakes?" Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Getting syrup for the pancakes? When I was 17 I worked at a pizza place with mostly high schoolers and one 38-year-old man. He was nice, but a little creepy at times because he seemed to forget most of his co-workers were girls half his age. I asked my friend who also worked there to tie my shoe because I'd hurt my knee and couldn't bend down very easily. The older man turns around, sees her tying my shoe, and says all surprised, "Oh, you actually meant tie my shoe." I assumed that was an innuendo for something. I was mostly confused as to what he thought tie my shoe was an innuendo and why I would be saying it to my friend at work in the middle of the dinner rush. My dad makes up a bunch of euphemisms for menstruation that are much worse than saying "Are you on your period?" And honestly, if it weren't for the fact that he thinks these euphemisms are somehow more appropriate than just saying "Are you on your period?" in the context of asking if he needs to get me anything, he'll very loudly announce, "Are you on your pee? Do you need supplies?" And that's so much worse than just saying period. Oh my god. Just ask if I need pads.